Karen is a licensed clinical social worker who happens to be trained in Gestalt therapy. Karen uses her empathetic and grounding skills along with her professional skills to help her clients find their strengths and their goals. Chauncey is a 44-year-old African American woman who does not know if she believes in therapy, but has been carrying around so much animosity toward the idea of therapy based on her family and other people's expectations of what therapy is and what therapy is not, who therapy is for and who therapy is not for. I will be playing the role of Karen, okay, and this will be my Chauncey. Her name is Latoya. Good afternoon, Chauncey, and welcome to another session. Let me start by saying I am glad you're here with me today. I want to check in with you. Tell me how you're feeling right now as you're sitting here with me in this room.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I guess I am feeling some type of way. Like, I feel so weird. I'm here, but I really do not know if I should be. You know what I mean? People like me, we just do not do this. I'll tell this, tell that. That therapy stuff is just not for us.
Okay, I hear you. And I definitely appreciate you for giving me some insight and sharing with me. So can you tell me more or elaborate a little bit with me on what you mean by people like me? Like, what does that represent in your thought, your mind, inside of you?
It's therapy just feels like a rich luxury thing. Like something that other people do, not black people. Or maybe I do not know. Rich people, since I know where I came from. And where I came from, I cannot name one person, not even that I know of, anyone who knows anyone who goes to therapy. My mom always says, you better not air your dirty laundry to strangers, showing off your unfit jeans and dingy shirts to people. And my granddaddy used to say, what we go through is what we go through. Ain't nobody's business. I guess I just feel like if I talk about what's going on inside, I'm weak or broken. Like I feel like I'm doing something wrong. My granny always says, ain't nothing wrong with us, and stop acting like you can't handle your life. Looking and acting all pitiful in that corner, suck and messed up.
Okay. So I hear a lot of frustration, a lot of pressure in there. So is it pressure from your family? Or is it frustration from your community? Or is it a little bit of both? It's like you're carrying around a box full of unspoken rules about what's acceptable, what's not acceptable in your culture or your upbringing for that matter. Do you ever feel like you can just breathe? Like without the weight holding you down?
Breathe? I do not even know what that feels like anymore. Listen, let me remind you, I work 2 jobs, go to school, and I am a single mom of 4 kids from age 1 to 15. I'm always tired, but if I stop and think for a second, I am already starting to fail my loved ones. At least that is how I think I feel. I'm not doing everything for everyone. I'm letting people down. I do not have time for me. I got to make sure my babies are good.
Okay. Well, that sounds exhausting. And you've been carrying around a lot. And I'm just trying to meet everyone else's expectations and needs before your own. Can I ask you a question? What would it look like in a moment just for you to just give yourself permission to just not carry it on?
I do not know. I do not think I could. It feels selfish. I do not want to disappoint anyone. My mom would think I'm selfish. My kids would suffer. I'm all they have. And people in my community do not understand what mental health is. They think you're crazy if you're trying to get help. They tell you to pray. Pray it away. whether it's tough or just tough it out. There is no space for vulnerability. And forbid that if you are locked away in a crisis situation. They call it a visit to the nut house. So there is no win unless you want to lose.
Okay. And this is a really heavy load. Chauncey, it sounds like you're stuck in this place, showing where vulnerability feels like a betrayal to your family, your community, and even to yourself. What do you think it would mean for you personally to allow yourself to feel vulnerable in this place? Not for anyone else, but just for you.
I'm not sure. I guess it might feel like I'm failing. Like, if I admit that I need help, then I'm not living it up to the expectations I was raised with. I feel like I'm letting my whole family down. I do not know how to coordinate all this with what's happening inside of me.
Okay. So it sounds like you're torn between two different worlds. One where you need to meet everyone else's expectations, and another world where you need to take care of yourself. So sometimes in situations like this, we get stuck between those two worlds, and it's really hard for us to navigate. So, I really think that if you're up to it, I'd like to use the Gestalt therapy, a modality where we can focus on your needs, your goals, your desires, um, and discuss right now in this moment. It's called the here and now, which means right now, as I see you sitting here with me, you're brave. You are definitely a superwoman to be carrying on two jobs, school, caring for four children on your own, even when it feels like your world is crumbling. Just know you are an inspiration to all who know you. You're showing up for everyone. What does it feel like to be here right now in this room with me, just sitting here with no expectation, no judgment, just you being you?
Well, it's different. I've never just been allowed to be me, Not in this way. It feels kind of freeing, but it is definitely scary. I'm not used to this. I feel like I'm supposed to be strong. But here, it feels like I'm allowed to be tired. I am allowed to be in pain. I'm allowed to not know the answers.
Exactly. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to feel everything you said, even the things that are hard or uncomfortable or that you've been taught to hide. Let's take a moment to just be with that feeling of tiredness without trying to fix it, change it, or make it go away. Just sit with it. What does it feel like in your body right now? Where do you feel the tiredness?
Ooh, it's like stiffness in my lower back, and it's tightness in my chest, and knotted up shoulders, man. I can't even realize how tense I've been.
Okay? I want you to take some deep breaths. Just inhale and exhale. Let your shoulders drop a little. Imagine that the tension in your back is lessening. Now imagine that the tightness in your chest is softening. Just breathe and notice what happens when you allow yourself to the relief. This is called body scanning. We are paying close attention to our body and its movements and its feelings. How does this feel right now? Even just for a moment, how does this feel?
It feels okay, like I can breathe a little easier. But what if I stop and all the pressure comes rushing in again? What if I can't handle it?
Okay, so the truth is, Chauncey, the pressure is always going to be there in some form or another. But right now, we're practicing just being with it. It's a journey, not a race. You do not have to carry everything at once. And sometimes, in order to handle the pressure, we need to start by letting ourselves feel the weight just a little bit at a time so we can release it. You do not have to do this alone.
I do not know if I've ever felt like I wasn't alone in this. Like I'm always supposed to be the strong one. But maybe that's why I'm so tired.
Okay, so it sounds like you've been carrying around this responsibility for so long, but you've forgotten what it feels like to lean on others. It's okay to lean on someone. It's okay to let the weight be a little lighter, even if just for a moment. What would it be like for you to stay with that feeling of release? Not push it away, not think about what comes next, but simply allow yourself to be in that moment without needing to do anything.
It's weird, but it feels good. I think I might want to try this. Not for anyone else, just for me.
That's all we're doing here, Chauncey. That's all we're doing. We're just taking one step at a time. This space is just for you. You don't have to carry the weight alone anymore. When things become overwhelming, just stop, take some deep breaths, and prioritize things one at a time.
Okay, I think I can do that.
We do not have to have all the answers today. You're doing exactly what you need to do right now. Showing up for yourself. And that's enough. The takeaway message within my role play is that Chauncey's journey symbolizes that there is some tension between societal stigma, family expectation, and personal needs. But using a Gestalt therapy, Karen helped to create a safe place, a non-judgment zone that allowed Chauncey to focus on the here and the now, so that she could experience emotional relief while validating her struggles and encouraging the beginning of healing. The roleplay helps us see that the importance of self-love, self-awareness, and compassion while breaking it down the walls built by family values or society and family concerns and pressure, while learning to honor your own feelings can be different than your family and your ancestors. Thank you so much.